are you doing?
I'm getting my things together. I have to go to work.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that late. Oh, what time is it?
A little after 8.
Oh, where are you rushing off to?
I have to get down to the newspaper morgue, check out the trust funding files. It's for the new project.
At 8 in the morning?
I won't have any free time this afternoon.
How come you didn't mention this last night?
Oh, didn't I mention it last night?
No.
I guess I forgot.
I guess you did. Mayor, I was under the impression that the major advantage of this new late shift was that you'd have mornings free to spend with Ryan or whoever else happened to be around.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Uh-huh.
But, you see, I was thinking about what you said the other night, about how much extra research this thing's going to require. And I realized you were right. I mean, it's one thing to go in there and fire questions at these people, but I have to know what I'm talking about before I can ask them anything. So, what I'm doing, actually, is following your suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
You're not saying anything.
Mm-mm.
Do you want to say anything?
No.
Okay. I'll see you later, then.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Say something.
Look, Mary, if you're feeling guilty...
If
you're feeling guilty, I really can't help you. Yeah, I would rather you were home. Yeah, I know you have work to do, but I'm not going to be put in a position of telling you what to do. So do whatever you have to do and don't waste your time feeling guilty about me and Ryan.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it isn't.
Oh, please understand.
I said I understand.
But
look, honey, if you're trying to pick a fight, I'm not going to give you one. So go on. Go do your work, and we'll see you later.
I should have quit while I was ahead, huh?
Yep.
I love you.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Terrific.
Careful, it's still hot.
Woo, woo.
Sit down. It's wonderful. I finish a proper breakfast.
No, don't bother. This is fine.
No, it's no bother at all.
No, Ma, really, look. I gotta get off to work, and I'm giving a speech this morning on the different kinds of... Well, I really don't have time. Thank you.
Juice.
Where's Daddy?
He just went off a few minutes ago, dear. He was going downtown on some kind of financial matter. I don't know.
Oh. Are you all right?
Oh.
Sorry if this breakfast
No, dear. It has nothing to do with you, really. Oh, dear. Such a mistake. And I promised myself I am not going to get involved.
What is?
I'm talking about your brother, Patrick, and Nancy Feldman.
Oh. Don't worry about that, Ma. They're just friends. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, I believe it's gone way beyond friendship, I'm sorry to say.
You mean they're...
I mean, they are no longer just friends. And it is a terrible mistake.
I know this is hard for you to accept, but if they are more than just friends, there's got to be a better euphemism for it than that.
Isn't it true that they would really care for each other?
Well, they do care for each other, of that I'm sure. Nancy is a lovely girl.
Well, would you rather that she weren't?
Oh, Siobhan, please, don't put words into my mouth. I'm talking about the fact that they're getting involved in the type of relationship that's going to be in trouble to both of them.
Why? I mean, I know you've got trouble with the religious differences, but if they really love each other, isn't that the most important thing?
No. It's far more important who they are, what they believe in, and who their children are going to be.
I don't believe you said that.
Siobhan, for heaven's sake. I mean, I'm not talking about religious differences that are based on dogma. I'm talking about Patrick's entire Irish Catholic tradition that makes him the person he is. And Nancy's heritage is just as important to the lovely person that she is. Now, neither of them are going to be able to turn their back on that. They think they can, but they won't be in the end. And what does that mean? Here we have two lovely young people, hopelessly in love, not able to work out any common ground for a future relationship.
They seem to be doing all right at the moment.
Well, they're not married, dear. They don't have children.
Plenty of mixed marriages have been successful.
Not often. Not when the two people that are involved have families as committed to their faiths as Nancy and Patrick.
No.
No what?
No, I don't agree with you.
Well, maybe, dear, that's just because you don't understand as much as you think you do. What's your father going to feel about this? Or Dave, or Beryl Feldman?
Excuse me, Mother, but you and Daddy and Dave and Beryl are not the principal parties concerned here. I don't see how any of you can impose your standards on your children.
I'm not in the habit of imposing my standards on my children, as you should know very well.
What does that mean?
It means, my dear, if I imposed my standards on my children, you wouldn't be doing half the things that you do. You certainly wouldn't go off to lecture, or whatever you're doing this morning, for the family planning conference. Siobhan, please, I can't sit by and applaud when I see two lovely young people that I happen to love getting involved in a situation that could give them grief for the rest of their lives. Now sit down, and I'll fix your breakfast.
How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm splendid. And yourself?
Fine, thanks. You're doing so well.
Excuse me?
You answered the door so quickly. You seem to be moving around the house much more easily.
Thanks to you. May I offer you a cup of coffee? I just made a fresh pot.
Did you really?
Well, it wasn't that difficult.
Yes, I'd like that very much.
Good. Damn.
Oh, I'll get a sponge. Here you go.
Thank you.
There. Now try it again. And remember to guide the pot with your thumb. There.
Thanks. I'm afraid, I'm not really...
You're fine. Oh, I brought you something.
Oh? Cane?
Mm-hmm.
But I already have one.
Oh, well, this one's for use outside the house.
Is it white?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
I know we've discussed this before, but are you sure this isn't going to bother you?
You mean telling the world I'm blind?
Yes.
No, I'm sure I feel conspicuous at first, but it's something I have to deal with.
Are you finding it easier to accept the fact that you may not get your sight back?
I don't suppose I'll ever really accept it fully. But it's getting easier. There's still so much that I miss. I miss the sun setting over the river, and later, the boats on the water at night, like ports of light cutting through the darkness. Spring and all it means. I miss Faith, seeing her smile. I miss the way her eyes light up when she's happy. No, it isn't easy.
I should think not.
You're not going to tell me my sight will return.
I can't.
Good, because I'm tired of people saying that there's still hope that I'll see again.
Oh, well, there's always hope. But what's more important for you now is that you deal with the present. Concentrate on what you have. Spring will still come to you. You can sense it. The boats still move through the water. You can hear their engines. And you can feel the wind from the river on your face. And you can hear your wife's laugh and feel her near you.
Yes. Shouldn't we be starting our lesson?
Well, we have a few more minutes if you want to just talk. I came a little early.
I thought you were early.
Well, I have to admit, it was probably not an accident. I enjoy my visits here so much. This house is so warm and welcoming.
Ah, I thought it was myself.
Well, it is. Will it embarrass you if I say you're my favorite student?
No, I'm glad. In fact, I look forward to your visits very much.
Well, there's a special feeling here. I guess this is the home I've always dreamed about.
When you were growing up, in the orphanage?
Yes.
Was it difficult?
It was, but I survived. I knew there were families who lived in homes like this, surrounded by beautiful things and loving each other.
Didn't that make it harder?
No. It was wonderful to think about. I'd like to think there was all that happiness somewhere. And to know that somehow, someday...
Someday you'd be happy too.
Yeah.
And you will. If there's any justice at all.
I'm beginning to wonder.
Now, trust me. I'm highly perceptive now. You've said that yourself. And I'm sure, as we're sitting here, that you're going to have everything you want.
Well, thank you. I hope so.
You're leaving.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
Well, will you be home for dinner?
I don't think so. Wes is gonna meet me for a drink after work, and I don't really know what time I'm gonna be home.
Oh, that's a shame. I was planning a leg of lamb. Well, I tell you what, I'll put some on a plate and put it in the fridge for you.
Thank you.
All right?
You know, you really have this compulsion about feeding me.
Well, I'm your mother.
Yeah.
Darling, I'm sorry I lost my temper with you. This whole thing has got
No,
me
no,
upset.
no, don't. It's okay, and I understand how you must feel. You gonna do anything exciting today?
Well, I think I'll go over to see Jillian. She's leaving the hospital this afternoon.
Oh, great. Give her my love.
I will.
Good. So long.
All right, dear.
Mrs. Ryan?
Yes? May I help you?
Well, I'm Thatcher Ross. Your daughter Mary works with me at Channel 1.
Oh, well, of course. How nice to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
This is my other daughter, Siobhan.
Oh, I've heard a great deal about you.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Ah, well, now, here's Mary's husband, Jack Finelli. This is
We've
Mr. Frank.
met.
Oh, have we? I'm sorry. I don't remember. I am familiar with your work, of course.
Well, it was some time ago. Democratic Convention, 76.
Oh, yes. Well, that was some time ago, wasn't it? Is Mary about? I've got some information here for her on a new project that we're working on. Came by special courier from our Washington bureau early this morning. As I was on my way to the studio, I thought I'd drop it off together with some notes so that she'd have an opportunity to look it over before we meet this evening.
Oh, I'm sorry, but she just left.
Oh, well, did she by any chance say where she was going?
She's at the newspaper morgue looking up some information on transit funding.
Oh, that is unfortunate. She needn't have gone to all that trouble.
Yeah.
Well, could I leave it for her when she returns?
You'll probably see her before I do.
Not necessarily. I have a series of meetings out of the office today. Would you mind?
Sure. Sure, it's too bad you missed her. You have someone who coordinates this sort of thing?
What sort of thing?
Your communication with your staff.
Well, there really isn't any need. I see to that myself.
Oh.
Would you like a cup of tea, Mr.
Oh, no, thanks. No, I really must be getting along.
I can't tell you how excited Mary is about this new project.
Yes, I hope it'll be rewarding for her.
Yeah.
At the very least, it'll give her an excellent opportunity to do something that she is very good at. Well, I hope you're not concerned about the extra time involved for Mary. I know she was afraid that you might have misgivings.
She was.
Oh, yes, she was indeed.
To tell the truth, I was a little concerned at first, but doesn't look like there's going to be much preparation required at all.
Yeah, well, of course. One realizes that you are accustomed to the luxury of being able to research your work from every possible angle and then taking the time to sort it out and come to a personal viewpoint. Now, we, however, must deal with the hard facts from an objective and unbiased view. I think that is the difference between us.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, I believe so, yes. It's the nature of our medium, you see, requires a faster and more objective approach.
You mean you simply turn on the camera and you point in the right direction and then you watch what happens?
Well, no, I think it's more complicated than that. I mean, in your column, you deal with the world seen through the eyes of Jack Finelli. Now, we are concerned with recording the facts as they exist.
Mm-hmm. And the camera is more reliable than the point of view of a human being.
Well, I didn't say that.
Someone does, however, have to decide where to aim the camera.
Yes, of course.
Uh-huh.
I still don't understand your point.
Oh, it's just my own unobjective, unscientific perspective, that's all.
Yes. Well, I must be getting along to the studio. It's Mrs. Ryan. Great pleasure to have met you.
It's very kind of you to drop by.
Miss Ryan, and that was interesting.
Fascinating.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So long.
Jack, was that really necessary? Yeah, Maeve, I guess it was.
I'm not saying a word, darling.
You don't have to.
I think the man meant well enough. I mean, he is Mary's boss.
I know he meant well. I know he's Mary's boss. I also know he can't help being a pompous ass, but that doesn't help me like him any better.
John, what's making you so angry?
I'm not angry. Just never learned to trust that square-jawed, super-tailored, well-manicured kind of newsman. Always looks like he's waiting for the camera to turn on him. Never tell the folks why the news happened or go beneath the surface. Just aim the camera and pray for disaster.
I didn't realize he said any of those things.
That's who Thatcher Ross is, Maeve. He doesn't have to say it anymore. Where the hell has he come off telling me that Mary has misgivings about the demands of her job?
You're not angry.
Excuse me, I have some work to finish on my column.
Oh, dear. It's been a long time since I've seen him do that.
Do what?
Close himself off. Make it impossible for anything or anyone to reach him.
He's upset.
I know.
Well, don't you think he's got a perfect right to be? I mean, I didn't care for this Thatcher myself. And this new job that Mary's got herself involved with. Spending one night a week down in Washington, she is devoting precious time to that new job.
Well, she has a very responsible position, dear, and she's trying to see to it that she does the best job she can.
Don't you think maybe she's getting a little carried away?
No, I don't. I think she's in a very difficult situation.
Which she has managed to create for herself.
All right, Siobhan, please, may I remind you that if this was anybody but your sister that we'd be talking about right now, I'd be hearing a speech about the duties of the working woman, and that her home life and her husband perhaps may have to take second place sometimes for her own self-fulfillment and all that rubbish.
What do you think?
I think that your sister's trying very hard to balance her work life and her home life. And I believe she needs all the support she can get.
I know. I just think that, well, it's like with Ron and me.
Who?
My friend from Australia. He wanted to bring me home with him. He asked me to marry him. I said that I couldn't. Not yet. I had too many things that I had to do first. And that cost me a lot. It really did. I couldn't do that to him or myself.
What is the point you're trying to make, dear?
Choices.
Well, I'm sure that was very difficult for you.
Yeah, it was.
But that is you, and you are not Mary.
No, I'm not. But all I'm trying to say is, if you decide to commit yourself to another person and get married to them and have their baby, you have got to realize that that was the choice that you made. Now, I'm not saying Mary shouldn't work, but I think she did get herself in a lot deeper than she realized. And Jack has a perfect right to be angry, feel neglected, and even not to like Thatcher Ross.
I don't know what one thing has to do with the other.
Oh, plenty. If I say to you...
Please, don't start. I mean, I just don't know what's gotten into you today. One minute it's Nancy and Patrick. The next minute it's Mary and Jack. And if I leave you go on, it'll soon be Frances and Ray Woodard.
Well, excuse me for having opinions.
Yes.
What about Frank and Ray?
Never mind. Just never mind. I don't know what we're even arguing about anymore. We're both concerned about Jack.
Yes, I think he's right and you think he's
I
wrong.
don't think it is a question of right and wrong, Siobhan. The man is hurting. He feels threatened and alone. And when he feels that way, he reacts very badly.
Thanks for telling me that, as if I couldn't figure it out for myself. All I'm saying is that if he doesn't like Thatcher and he doesn't like Mary's new job, it's his prerogative.
You are just missing the whole point of this.
It's the second time you've said that to me
Well,
today.
it's the second time today that you've given me cause to say it, dear.
Oh, I can't say this hasn't been fun, but I've got to go to work. So please, don't wait up for me.
Where are you going now?
Say goodbye to Jack. Mary needs support. So does he. He's entitled to one friend in his
Siobhan,
family.
Please, that's not your...
Parties, boys, and drama. Oh my! Catch up with the 5 sexy singles who are putting a new spin on Southern charm. Don't miss an all-new Southern Bells Louisville, Thursday at 10 on SoapNet.